Good day, everyone. Welcome back. So this week we're gonna stick with the elm, and I got a nice piece here along with some other filler pieces for my bucket, and we're gonna I don't know why I say I'm gonna put all this together and pour some epoxy on that and make a hollow form of some sort with it. So yeah, so that's the plan this week. So come along and see what I do, I guess. All right. I'm not going to glue this in or anything. I'm just gonna give it a shot of mold release and set these pieces, and we'll hold them in with tape. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to set these in. We're going to use duct tape to hold it in again, and I'm not going to use any glue. I am going to use mold release because quite honestly it's been working really well. So shout out to my subscriber who told me to use more because I wasn't using enough. So my biggest worry is, where am I going to get more? I don't know. I haven't figured out where to find this yet. So, but anyway, we'll figure it out. If you're wondering how I got it, it just came with the purchase of a bunch of other stuff. So anyway, okay, let's get this in. These two have to go in together. Make sure that's right on the bottom. I guess it goes this way instead. Something like that. This one goes over here, like that. These two. Of course, you can never get it back the way you originally set it up. And then we'll put some tape over it, hold it all in place. And then we'll take it over and pre-vacuum it for a while, and then we'll give it some epoxy. And when I talk about pre-vacuum, I mean just stick it in the vacuum pot and let it put it under full vacuum for a good half hour, 45 minutes before you actually put the epoxy to it, and your cycle time will be reduced by a lot. And I guess I'm not 100% sure on the end result of that, but so far it's been positive. I have to say it hasn't been a detriment. I find it cuts my cycle time down a lot. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get this into the vacuum pot and put the vacuum on it. So those of you who watch my videos know what this is about. And if you don't, it's just to keep a big mess from happening in my vacuum chamber. I find this is a good way to protect it from when it boils over. And I know it shouldn't, but sometimes things happen. So don't forget to cut that bag. Yeah, move around. All right, that is ready for epoxy. Okay, let's do it. All right, so here we are. We're gonna do our pour. Regular 80 ounces. Okay, so we're gonna go with Enchanted Green again. Kind of going for that Northern Lights look on this here. Hopefully. So we'll give it a good shot of that. And I think I'm going to try and drizzle some black down the sides of this. Hopefully. I did that on another piece that actually looked pretty good. So I'm going to add a little bit of black, not much, to darken that green a bit. Okay, and then just a touch of crystallized white. I know the black and the white kind of contradict, but Let's see how this turns out. Okay, mix it up. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Okay, and like usual, don't forget the sides and bottom. And you probably notice I haven't cleaned my buckets. Well, I don't clean them. I just let this epoxy dry, and then when it builds up thick enough, I give her a couple whacks with a hammer and out it comes. And if you don't put acetone in these containers to wash out your epoxy, they last longer. At least that's what I've found. I've got them all wrapped with tape. This bucket here is on its 15th, 20th tour right now. It's mixed a lot of epoxy and still has not split. So that's awesome. Okay, let's put this in the vacuum pot. Okay, I'll remove the pre-vacuum. Okay, 3.5 liters of emerald green with a little bit of black and a little bit of white. Okay, I'll let that drain for a minute and then we'll get to vacuuming. So this will take about an hour, maybe less, hopefully with the pre-vacuum, but I won't bore you with all of it. I'll come back when it's done. I'm going to top this with some black in about 3 or 4 hours once I do my final check on it here. I'll put a little bit of black just around the top here to add a little more to it. So I'm going to take this out, get the bag off, and then I'll put it in the pressure pot. Okay, there we go. Pressure pot, 3 days. I'm going to open this up in about 3 or 4 hours. Just see how far down the epoxy's gone. Looks like we're about 1.5 inches from the top right now. And then we'll top it up probably with a little bit of black just to get the top nice. And then we'll open her up in 3 more days. Should be New Year's by then. All right. Thank you all for watching. Sure appreciate it. I'm not a professional or anything. I just enjoy turning. So if you get some entertainment out of what I do, thank you very much. All right. See you guys in 3 days. Bye for now. Okay, let's open her up and see what it looks like. Okay, I added some black and silver. We'll close it up and come back to it in 3 or 4 days. Sometime in the new year. Good day. Okay, so we're a couple 3 days in now. I'm going to take this out and we'll have a look, see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. Epoxy's a little soft right now, so I'm going to let that sit in the kiln for a day and harden up. And we'll open it up after that. A couple days from now, I guess we'll open her up and see what it looks like. So, talk to you then. Good morning, everyone. So let's try and get this one out of the bucket and see how we do. See if the mold release held. Well, I guess the appropriate way would be see if the mold release didn't hold. That is just awesome. Wow, go mold release. Look at that, just like that. Perfect. A little bit of black right on the top here. That's going to be really nice. So, okay, we'll get her on the lathe and find some centers, or get it to the lathe and we'll find some centers. I guess I'll cut this wood off here first. All right, pick you up on the lathe.